All right, good morning, traders. Today is March 11th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. So thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 514.20. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SMH, SPY, XLI, GLD, XLK, IYT, and QQQ. All of those made brand new all-time new highs on Friday. So market is in an uptrend. IWM XLF made new 2-year highs. FNGU made a bearish engulfing candle with a higher high, lower low, while closing underneath a bearish trap and underneath a flat 17 EMA. Diamond Dow made a higher high and a lower low while closing inside a bearish trap but over the flat 17 EMA. SLV in an uptrend made a higher high and an equal low while closing above the bullish trap and a rising 17 EMA. USO still in an uptrend, printed a lower high and a lower low, closing below the trap and over the flat 17 EMA. UNG still in an uptrend, closed below a bearish trap and below the flat 17 EMA. US dollar index, after consolidating at the 3 daily moving averages, that's the 50 SMA, the 100 SMA, and the 200 SMA, all around the 104 level, has made a breakdown move to the 102.70 area. US dollar index is now in a downtrend. All right, let's go look at some charts. Excuse me there. All right, so here's SPY candle, daily candle right here. All right, so we got a brand new all-time high here, coming up to 518.50, just about right around there, 518.34 or so. So got a higher low and a higher high, closing inside the trap over the rising 17 EMA. All right, so there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ making a brand new all-time high, bearish engulfing. You can see that. All right, closing below the bearish trap, below the bullish trap, and above the rising 17 EMA. So between the trap and the rising 17. Let's take a look at SPY one more time. Yeah, you can see not bearish engulfing on SPY, but we got another day coming in, so we'll see what happens with it today. In the pre-market, they got down a little bit low there, a little bit lower right there. So SPY. Let's take a look at IWM. All right, so here's IWM printing a new 2-year high right there. See, if I zoom out, you can see last time we were up there is about 2 years ago. So here's IWM printing a new 2-year high. It's got a higher high, but also a lower low. All right, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, Friday's candle. All right, we got a low, we got a higher high and a lower low, and we closed inside the bearish trap, but over the rising 17, kind of a flat 17 there on the Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU, bearish engulfing. Okay, higher high, not an all-time high, but a higher high and a lower low, closing below a bearish trap and below the flat 17 EMA right there on FNGU. So a little bit of consolidation going here on FNGU and Diamond Dow right there. FNGU, Diamond Dow just consolidating right there. So let's take a look at XLI. XLI made a brand new all-time high. This is our industrials. Okay, higher high and a lower low. So closing above a bullish trap and above a rising 17 EMA there. XLK technology, all right. Bearish engulfing. made a brand new all-time high after making a brand new all-time, bearish engulfing, closing below the trap, but right on the flat 17 EMA right there on XLK. SMH. All right, this is our semiconductors, made a brand new all-time high, bearish engulfing, closed inside the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Semiconductors looking like this is the end of the move, I got to say. That's the biggest red candle I've seen in a long, long time. All right, just a heads up, that's the biggest red candle I've seen in a while. Let's take a look at XLK one more time. Yeah, that's the biggest red candle I've seen in a long time there for XLK technology. That might be a warning shot across the bow. We'll see what happens. All right, now let's take a look. What do I want to look at? Let's look at IYT. So our transports. So transports printing. Pretty sure that's a new all-time high. Yeah. All right, new all-time high Friday. All right, with a higher high and a lower low, closing over the bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. So transports printing a new all-time high there. Let's take a look at XLF. These are our financials. All right, so financials got a 4083. What do we get there? 4083. So got an equal high and a higher low, and it's right up there leaning on the 2-year high for XLF. So not a brand new all-time high, but leaning on those highs. So how far are we off the all-time highs? We are not far. Let's just put a line in there. See where we are. So where does that come out to be? All right, so the all-time high is 4170. Let's just put that in there. And just to see where we are yesterday, we got all the way up to 4083. Right? That's the high there. So it's within striking distance for XLF to make brand new all-time high. That would be very nice. Seeing the financials, this is really nice market, okay? We got the industrials are bullish, technology, bullish, semiconductors, bullish, financials, definitely bullish, industrials, bullish, transports, printing all new all-time highs. That's very bullish. And then on top of that, let's just review small caps. This is the Russell 2000, small and mid caps. Okay, right there, definitely bullish. You can see the uptrend there, and that's a new 2-year high for IWM. So right into resistance there. Excuse me. You can see the resistance. Here's all these tail candles that spike down, and then of course we got this wick here, little wick here, and definitely a wick on Friday. So small caps, mid caps, right up on resistance here. Maybe some consolidation before breakout. We'll see what happens. So there's IWM. Got a lot of stuff that's bullish. Now let's talk about energy. Okay, energy's kind of slow to getting bullish, but it is. All right, so here's USO in an uptrend. You can see that green 17 moving up. Although Friday's price action, we got a lower high and a lower low, closing between the trap and our rising 17 EMA on USO. That would be a petroleum crude oil right there. Let's take a look at UNG. All right, UNG. For Friday's price action, you can see right there, made like an equal low, but a lower high, closing below a bearish trap and below a flat 17 there. Still in an uptrend. It'll be in an uptrend till it breaks this low, or if it makes another new low, all right, and breaks that. So we'll see what happens. All right, so UNG Still in an uptrend, but kind of rolling over here. Almost looking like it's setting up a head and shoulders. So there's UNG. So energy not quite saying the same thing that the market is saying. All right, this is bullish. We're not printing new all-time highs here. You know, there's a whole lot of room for this to move, considering all-time highs are way up here at 130, and what we got here is just looking like more like a bounce, but it's been stuck in this this little bounce here. Just to see the wave going on there. It's not quite ready to go up yet. So the rest of the market is saying not quite ready yet, while the technology is making new all-time highs. So eventually this will get on board and start moving up, making new highs. We'll see what happens in the near future here. So that's USO. So let's take a look at precious metals. Now you guys see that gold is on fire here. Look at this rip rocket up there, higher low, higher high, getting up over the 200. That's a new all-time high for GLD. Nice work on GLD. Look at this consolidation breakout, which was huge. So there's GLD, silver, SLV. SLV making a higher low and a higher high, and closing over this bullish trap over this 17 EMA. Okay, so silver in an uptrend. I'd like to pick some of that up here past the midpoint. So I like silver right here, and right through here. I actually wanted to pick some up here, didn't get to it, but we'll see what these wicks tell us. Maybe I get a pull back to the top of this area. If I do, that's where I'd be looking to pick some silver up. Right around 21.80, 21.90. If it comes down to that area, I'll probably put in some buy orders right around 21.80 and 21.90. That's where I like to pick some up, but it may take off without me. So there's silver. All right, so now let's go take a look at our technicals for Friday. So you can see on Friday, we were up around the overbought zone. We spent a couple hours up there, and then we fell into the buy zone, trying to maintain this uptrend channel right there. We'll see what happens today. Look like the market's pulling back a little bit further, but nice work on T2122. The only thing kind of disturbing is these lower highs, but they're little micro lower highs. We're not down into the buyer's chop zone. So this is looking good for today. For the small caps and mid caps, but I don't know about SPY and QQQ. I think they're going to be on a different page. T2123, we got a gap up, okay, and then kind of consolidated over to the right. Nice green gap up, and then some VWAP tests here, and then we just kind of consolidated on VWAP. T21 3-bar chart, T2123 right there. You can see price action. And the 17 EMA rising, and we still got a lot of space in between both the price action and the rising 17 EMA. FNGU, okay, so FNGU didn't help us out at all. It did gap up, okay, which gave us our brand new highs, right? That was good, but after it moved up, it just sold off for the rest of the day. So FNG below this trend line right here. So we got an uptrend. You can see FNGU, but consolidating up here. So we'll see what happens. It's still in the upper quadrant. You can see if we put the quad lines in here. If I can get it to drag over without. Okay, you can still see we're still in the upper third. All right, so that's still bullish. Like to hold this uptrend. I could probably slide it out just a little bit if I wanted to include this wick here, but I kind of when you do that, it kind of ignores these other two higher lows. So seeing this consolidate up in the upper third is a very good sign. So that's FNGU. All right, let's go back to our charts. There's UNG. Let's take a look at, you know what, let's go take a look at the economic numbers. All All right, so economic calendar for this morning. Not much happening. Big day. Tuesday, the 12th. Probably the main event right here. All right, CPI, 8:30 in the morning. All right, and then we got a Treasury statement at 2. So we'll see what they're going to say. What is this? Small Business Optimism Index. It doesn't look like a big market mover, but the CPI is the main event, and that's Tuesday at 8:30. Wednesday, petroleum report. Nothing big happening on Wednesday other than the petroleum report. Thursday, jobless claims, PPI final demand, 8:30. Retail sales, 8:30. Business inventories, 10. And a natural gas report. So really, it's a relatively light week after we get the CPI on 8:30 tomorrow. That's it. Other than that, I don't see any Fed statements except for right here at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. That's it. Got Empire State Manufacturing Index on Friday, 8:30. Import-export prices, 8:30. Industrial production, 9:15. And consumer sentiment at 10. So really a light week until right after Tuesday. And you can see nothing's scheduled for today. On the earnings front, all right, let's take a look. Here's Monday. Oracle, $314 billion. They're going to report after the close. All right, and they're about the only notable there. Tuesday, what do we got here? Nothing really notable. Archer Daniels Midland's going to report. They're only $29 billion. Wednesday, Lennar's going to report both of their corporations, $80 billion. That might probably move the housing market index. We'll see what happens with that. Thursday, Adobe's going to report $251 billion. That'll be interesting. That's Thursday night. And Friday, nothing notable there. So that's it. Really light week except for Thursday. Adobe after the close, $251 billion. And then Tuesday, Tuesday we got, no, it was Wednesday. No, it was Oracle today. Yeah, Oracle today at 3:14 after the close, $314 billion. So it's Thursday and today. For Max Payne for today is 513. I think we're well below that already, so don't know what they're going to do with that. If they're going to spike it up to 513, we'll see. We're going to need the FNG to help us out if we're going to get back up to 513. I don't think small caps alone can move the market that far before 4 o'clock. We'll see what happens. We're definitely going to need some participation from the FNGU. All right, so for U.S. dollar index, you can see right here, we were in a downtrend, and then we broke the downtrend, breaking this high. All right, and guess what? Now we're back into another downtrend again. So Friday's price action, you can see this spike down. When the dollar gets weak, you can see our markets rise, and that gave way to brand new highs right there. That tail candle to the downside, that big spike down. So that gave way to brand new highs for the market. So we've made a lower high, and we've taken out the low. So we are now in a downtrend for the U.S. dollar index. All right, so that's it. I will take questions in the room, and for everybody out there in video land, I'll see you all at 4 o'clock. All right, so if you got any questions, go ahead and post them up in the room. I'll take care of it. Other than that, I'm going to render my video and see if I can get this posted for everybody out there in video land.